You, yes you, watching this video of a bearded man in his fucking bedroom. You know what you should be doing besides watching this video right now? And that is reading this lovely series, which is Solo Leveling. It's great. It's fucking great. I would like more people to read it. It is not a manga. It is what is known as a manhwa, or webtoon, or what have you, which slightly changes it up a bit. But yes, this story is fan-fucking-tastic, and I hopefully will, by the end of this, get you interested in maybe reading Solo Leveling. Maybe, possibly. It's great. And you can read it for free online. Or buy it, like I am also buying it physically. I'm just going to walk off screen and talk about other things. Okay, but the other things being is that it's a great story. Like, literally, I have heard about it. Many people have probably heard about Solo Leveling at one point or another and have been somewhat interested in it. I was interested in it. I really wanted to read it at one point or another. Tried to read it on certain apps, couldn't find it, and then eventually I found it on like a specific website. That being said, if you don't want to read it for free, you can buy it in the physical ones that are coming out, which I am going to be doing anyways. So you're getting my money anyways, creator. But yeah, the story of Solo Leveling is kind of basic in the sort of, the weakest person suddenly becomes the strongest person, and so on and so forth. But how it builds up is fan-fucking-tastic, and how it structures it is great. I won't say any real spoilers within this video. I will try not to, but I will say that it is fantastic in how it is done, and I will just go over a few points that I feel like makes this a very, very awesome telling of this sort of version of a story where it's the weakest to the strongest, the underdog to on top of the world. So let's get into actually those points. One, the point that I want to make sure is not undersailed right away, is that the art is fantastic. Like, good God, it is like jaw-droppingly gorgeous at points, and it is fantastic. Like, scrolling on your phone or flipping through the pages in these books, whoo, Jesus, Mother of God, it is so good. Like, I have had times where I'm reading and I'm just like, damn, son, what the fuck type deal's going on. Like, Jesus. Like, that dude, whoever the original story was by, I'm going to get this wrong because this is Korean, Chung Gon? Probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. But they are pretty fucking awesome with this. And it is great. The flow of the panels are great, which is also a slightly different way of how panels flow from manga to manhwa, and that it's more like constantly, because it's also made to be read on your phone, so you can just keep on scrolling, and the flow of it is very well, and sometimes it's not, your screen is not large enough and you're just scrolling while it's on the side, and you're just like, Jesus, it's so good. So good art-wise, and the flow of the panels are great, and it's just fantastic. Which, speaking of flow, the pacing of Solo Leveling is great. It is really just an action-packed, like, I guess the term that would be fitting for it is like a seinen, shonen type deal. Pretty sure seinen would be more apt, but so it's just a lot of fights, like a lot of fights, especially after the main character, Sun Jin Woo, gets his abilities and all that will increase, which I'll get into later. But the pacing of the story is great for the fact that you don't really have that much downtime. There's not a lot of times, because it is a weekly type of deal, and the chapters feel so short, but they're not. Like, you read through them pretty fucking fast, and you're just like, geez, no, I need more. It's great. Like, right now, as of the week that I'm recording this, episode not episode, chapter 159 is out, and oh god, that was so... I'm waiting for next week. I want it. Like, the story just keeps on getting better and better. There are more stakes, and it doesn't feel like the Sun Jin-woo, the main character, feels like every challenge is a challenge for him, and very, very rarely does it feel like he is able to beat it easily. And when it does, it's because he's showing the fuck off. Like, perfect. Just like, great. But yeah, the pacing of the story is great. There's barely any downtime between fights, and I love it. Now, speaking of pacing wise, the story of it is we're at now, and that is that, one, the story is, like I said at the very beginning, it's sort of like the underdog rising up to be the like the biggest, baddest person in the world. Sun Jin-woo is the weakest hunter. Now then, in Solo Leveling, there are the dungeons that appear on Earth. Like, it's set in South Korea. Like, they are just dungeons that you go in there, you fight like mythical monsters and all that, and you get things. When they first appeared, people gained magical powers which make them into hunters. They had a awakening. Once you awaken, you are set within your rank. Sun Jin-woo is the lowest of the ranks, at E, and is the weakest of that, which makes him quite literally, at the very most, slightly better than an average human, and slightly can heal from wounds a little bit faster. And at the very beginning, which is dictated in the first volume of the physical copy, is him going into a dungeon and him being like one of the few people that survived and essentially gets something which is known as a double awakening. Unlike most double awakenings in the world, Sun Jin-woo is slightly different. Usually when a double awakening happens in the world, they just gain like a rank up essentially and a bit more power and all that. But Sun Jin-woo is slightly different in the fact that he can level up, fighting monsters, doing solo dungeons, and gaining special items and powers and all that. He levels up and gains like increased strength, stamina, and all that. And as he levels up, he becomes stronger and stronger, to the point where I don't want to spoil too much about it, but at one point it's very, very clearly that he can keep on leveling no matter what. Like, most people within the world cannot go higher, but he, because of this strange double awakening, he can keep leveling up. And that's where it gets interesting, because the stronger he gets, the better his abilities become, which makes that he can do different things. And it's awesome. It's very well done, because at points it doesn't feel like he can like get out of it, and he works with the system that is in place within this now thing that he's a part of, that is grown. Like, he figures out certain parameters on how it works and how he can exploit that, essentially. What I'm saying is that he is essentially glitching the system in place that is allowing him to do certain things, because he's like, okay, let me think about this. Can't do this, so I'll do this. Bam. And it's great. I love it. It really is great, because he's not just using his raw strength. He's using his mind and figuring out how to best use his abilities that he now has. It's fantastic, and it just keeps getting better as he keeps growing and he gets more and more abilities. Quite literally, I love it, and I would wish more people to read it, even though it's like one of the most popular manhwa on the market right now. So yeah, just go out and read it. I'm gonna walk off screen again. So yeah, right now I don't know when the second volume physically is going to be coming out, but you can definitely find it online. And like I said, chapter 159 just came out this week as of recording this video. So go out, read it. The first 10 chapters online are a bit slow, which culminate in, like, I think they condensed it into, I'm gonna quickly look. Yeah, the first, I think the first, after the prologue and then chapter 1 or 2 within this is consistent of the build-up and how it gets there. It's a very slow build with the first 10 chapters online, and then it gets into it. Like, the very first one is just setting up his powers and abilities that he will be gaining and how the system works. I love it, I really do, and I would wish to get more. So, yeah. If you enjoyed my ramblings about Solo Leveling, go check it out. I really recommend you go check it out. But if you want to see more of my face, the beardedness of it, then go ahead and think about hitting on that subscribe button. If you liked me rambling about Solo Leveling, hit the like button. If you did not, hit the dislike button, or hit the like button, change it up a bit. Think about commenting down below if you have read Solo Leveling and what you feel like. It's crazy. I know that the light novels are out there and people are like, it's better, it's farther along. I'm like, I'm not reading it. I want to read fucking the comic. So stop it. But yeah. Just think about doing that, and then that's it. Go out, read some more manga, be safe. That's out. Okay. Bye.